This is the most important of our orientation tours. This is about modules. You can get to modules from the homepage by clicking here, or you can scroll down to proceed. Most of the time, when you log into Canvas, you're going to go straight to modules because modules is our classroom. And the idea is that the class is divided into modules. Some of them are 2-week modules, some are 1-week modules. In each case, I have tried to make it very clear. So I've put the dates that are relevant there at the top. And then under each day that something is due, I've got the date as well. You can see, for example, that you've got a reading assignment that is due by January 19th. Now, that might be unrealistic for some of you, but I expect you at least get started reading chapter 14, chapter 1, and grammar by this time. Also then notice that you've got some discussions due on the 19th. In fact, all homework will be due on either a Tuesday or a Thursday. So for example, you've got this one, Get to Know Your Posse. This is a fairly straightforward one where you just introduce yourself to other people in your posse. Posses are so that we can have fruitful discussions. It's a reasonably large class, and having discussions with such a large class would be very cumbersome. And so we've divided you into smaller posses. These are the people that you'll be working with for the duration of the semester. One of your assignments is to contribute to this discussion, and this one you will have to contribute twice. Once to propose a name for your posse, that way I don't have to refer to you as posse number 1, number 2, number 3, and so on. You get to choose your own name, and you will propose a name, and then you will help vote for a name. I should also note that once inside of the items in a module, you can just proceed to the next one by clicking next. And the idea of the module is that you should proceed top to bottom from one item in the module to the next. This item here is a content page. It just has video lectures and some other multimedia stuff like comic strips. I'm very fond of comic strips. In those cases, there's no submission that you need to do, but this is information that you need. This is complementary to the readings that you do. I expect you to do both the readings and view all of the content that's posted on Canvas. All right, let's return to modules. The other thing that you can see besides my dates here, you also can see the dates that they're due right here. And we will be strict about deadlines. I expect you to get them in on time if you want to get credit for them. Now, I know that sometimes that can be a challenge. Things come up. And if it's a good reason for missing a deadline, of course I'll extend it to you. But it's got to be a good reason. It can't be just, oh, I didn't know it was due then, because you've got ample ways of knowing, mostly through Canvas and these deadlines right here. The other thing I want you to notice is, as I said, homework is always due on a Tuesday or a Thursday. I think I said that already. And you will have content quizzes. These will be on Fridays. So these are to test your comprehension of the readings and of the video lectures. The first one is just about, have you read the syllabus? Have you understood how the class is laid out? And then our second comprehension quiz is due the next week. And that's going to be about everything we cover in this first module. Now, the next module, phonetics, hasn't been unlocked yet. It will unlock on January 29th. So right now you can't access any of that. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is I want people to be roughly at the same place at the same time. That way we're all able to participate with each other in these discussions. And I want our discussions to be fruitful. So I want you to be bouncing ideas off of each other. And that can only happen if people are contributing at roughly the same time. The more that there's some interaction between you and your classmates, the more you're all going to learn. That's how learning works. The other reason that I'm not unlocking these is because this is a work in progress. I have not taught this course as an online course before, and so I'm having to build it as we go. It's not the way I prefer to do online courses, but it's where we are at in this pandemic situation. If you scroll down further, you can see that your first exam is due February 12th. I haven't posted the exam itself yet, but you can see the deadline for that. And it is a deadline. You can submit the exam one today if you want. I don't recommend that, but you could. Well, actually, not today because I haven't posted it yet. But once it's posted, you can submit it. But you should probably make sure that you've done all the material before you submit it. So anyways, the February 12th, that's a deadline. That doesn't mean that you have to submit it on that day. You can submit it anytime up to that day, and that goes for all of the exams. Once they're posted, you can begin working on them right away. Okay, so let me summarize a couple of things. First of all, homework will always be due on either a Tuesday or a Thursday. And quizzes will always be due on a Friday. That way, you have expectations of what you need to do. The readings, you should generally try to get them done before you start viewing the content videos and before you start doing the homework. So do the readings first, then start going through the modules.